Nation. We're excited to get this season off with a bang.
I think they're all taking tires. And on top of that, it's going to be saucier. It's going to be an all-out shootout to the end. He's got line of sight on these guys.
I commend you for the bravery. He's getting this close to the diffuser.
All you gotta do is win the race. You don't have to lead a whole bunch of laps.
Oh, they're going to be side by side going into the next corner.
Oh, that's a big contact in the back of the field.
Can't stay out there like this.
He stayed in it!
We're off and away for SRA.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to SRA. It's our finale round at Silverstone here for Division 3 in Season 10. We're in for a treat here. Silverstone's one of the greatest tracks we have on the calendar. It's been a long season, and these drivers are looking to wrap it up with the final round and a good performance. I'm excited to watch it play out. How do you guys feel?
I think it should be a fantastic event. Some would even call it a spectacle. We had lots of good action. Well, I wouldn't say maybe not necessarily good, but we had lots of action last night in the other divisions. A couple of divisions, I think some places even finished the championship with points tied. So, same in D3 here, we're all to play for still.
Yeah. D3's been a tight battle all season. We've had pretty much a different winner each round, and so there's no clear favorite going into it. I mean, we'll get into it a bit later, but the championship for all facets are still tight. It's going to be exciting to watch it all unfold here.
Do you want to take a look at those standings?
Let's take a look at them now.
Right.
Yeah.
We can look at those.
In the division, only 45 points back. It's not too much to ask for to recoup that. Chris Sweeney in P4, and then Arced in the BMW and P5. Maybe a bit too much gap there, but still P5 overall is not a terrible result, all things considered. It's been a long season, and it's all playing out here. If we hop on over to the teams, we can see that it's Griffin on the door team in the Ferrari has pulled out quite an advantage. Some would say almost eclipsed the Porsche here for the team's championship. The Anheuser-Busch Newport Cigarette Trojan ribbed for her Pleasure Porsche Racing in P2. That's the Draven Doyle and Jackson Barty team, 95 points back. And then the Hoagie Hoes there in P3. Jess Osborne and Selena Boonstra right there behind him in P4. Not too far back, only 20 some odd 15 points behind. Could end up with a P3 overall in the team's division. That'd be a solid result for them. And then running out our top 5 in our teams is the Ink and Honey Porsche outfit with Chris Adams and Andrew Reif. It's been a great season, I think, overall. But there's one more race to go, and the battles, they shall commence, we'll say.
We look at our track map for this race here,
Yeah, let's do it.
and you can walk them through it.
Yeah, so Silverstone, it's obviously a very historic track. It's been around since the dawn of F1. A bit of a change in configurations throughout the years, and that's what we see tonight. The GT3 series layout is a bit different. So turn 1 is one of the fastest corners on the track. You're on the limit of grip. It's a tough ask to go too wide through there, but then goes to the Maggots and Beckett's Chapel complex to end off sector 1. I mean, the cars here, you're downshifting. It's almost Coda-esque going through it, but there's no room for error here. There's a bit of runoff, but if you're going to be using that, you're going to be losing a ton of time and positions. Prioritizing your exit out of turn 6 to get a long run down the straightaway into turn 7. That's one of our passing opportunities tonight. Turn 7, I was seeing a lot of opportunities, at least setting up a pass here in turn 7, and then to complete it in turn 8, turn 9, and turn 10. This long left-hander is going to really test these tires' grip. A lot of left-handers throughout tonight, so those tires are going to be screaming. Into turn 11, another left-hander, another really fast top of 5th gear. Some even take it flat, usually just a little bit of a lift as you go through turn 12, a flat corner. You're right on the limits of grip, and you're on the curbs trying to maximize your time there. Into turn 13, 14, and 15. It's a really clumsily set of corners. A passing opportunity, though, in turn 13. If you get a decent run, you can set yourself up for a decent passing opportunity there. Turn 15, this straightaway. If you get a run enough draft going down that straightaway, turn 16 to 17 could be another passing opportunity. But once again, another long left-hander. With only a few left or right-handers on this track, those left-handed tires are going to be screaming, needing all kinds of help as they complete their lap here at Silverstone. And one thing to note about the tires tonight, we do have a pit stop, mandatory tire change pit stop here. So it'll be fun to watch the strategy play out. Even though we vary the strategy here in SRA throughout each week, these sort of varied strategies can still play out where some people will choose for an undercut or more of an overcut. And with the tires degrading, it's a super hot track today. The tires they need to be changed. It's I couldn't imagine doing 60 minutes on one set here. It'd be brutal.
Absolutely. Well, before we hop over to qualifying, we'll do take a word from our sponsors.
Yeah, so sponsor, here we go. A huge thank you to our SRA sponsors and title sponsors for supporting us here at SRA, as well as support from Documise, a modern business solution for product management. Go to documise.com to learn more today. And support from Retro Saga, a North American-based gaming company that provides accessories for your favorite classic systems, including Nintendo, Sega, PlayStation, and much more. Enhance your retro gaming experience today at retrosaga.ca. And a big thank you to our affiliates, Track Racer, where you can experience redefined gaming with Track Racer's high-quality sim rigs and accessories. Use code SRATE at checkout to support us. And Armentario, it's a toolbox for ACC that will enhance your chance to win. Enjoy a fully customizable and enhanced HUD and change the way you experience ACC. And of course, AT 3D Sim Shop. You can upgrade your sim racing experience with premium 3D printed accessories featuring premium crafted magnetic shifters, sleek cable management solutions, versatile Steam Deck mounts, and immersive dashboard displays. Their innovative designs enhance performance and style. Elevate every lap with top-tier quality and craftsmanship at at3d.net. And of course, to Go Setups, their premium esports setups for everyone. Use our affiliate link in our Discord and take your drive to the next level. I sure did appreciate Go Setups during my racing and practice here, and a huge shout out to them for supporting us. Absolutely. Shall we hop into the action here and
yes,
watch
we
what's
shall.
Going down? So, not missing a bit of the action. These drivers are just out on their out laps, and we're not seeing any times coming yet. So, one of the key ones to watch we saw in the silver division here was Andrew Rife. And he's currently out or I guess he's second in line to get his banker laps in. Looking good out there.
Are they still in the outlets? 3 minutes in.
I'm not seeing any times populated on the HUD yet, so that's you're not wrong there. Maybe they just haven't everyone invalidated or something. But at least getting their banker laps, and it's a 2-minute long lap around here. So maybe the first driver, if they maximize their entire outlap and subsequent laps, can get an extra lap. But these tires are going to be screened by the end of it. It's probably not going to be worth it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's
time to coming in now. Yep.
Yeah, there it is. So Andrew Rife, as we said, leader of the championship and currently provisional P1 with the fastest time, and 59.4. Not terrible, but he'll looking to improve. And we see Marvin come in his Ferrari, just 3/10 off of Rife, and Reader just behind them.
And
Maxwell, though, just goes provisional P1, eclipsing Andrew's Rife time by 3/10.
Eclipsing.
Sorry. Had it on the mind. Still suffering a bit from the sunlight, we'll say. It's a good time, though. Definitely recommend it if you haven't seen an eclipse.
Yep,
you just have to waste another 50 years.
Yep. Unless you move to Australia.
Is that where the next one is? Australia?
Well, they're going to get like 3 more in the next 15 years or something.
Well, that's the hot spot. What was it? I think Mia Rose is our local Australia in the SRA. Maybe she'll be able to go see some of them. So only 22 drivers tonight in D3. It's a bit of attrition out here. I mean, we started the season with 40 some odd, so obviously it's a long season, and towards the end here, people that have a chance in the championship probably drive a little bit more. But also just everyone just wants to have a good clean racing. You can come to SRA to experience that. So 22 drivers is a decent field, and it's pretty decent down the middle split. It's 10 drivers in the silver division and 12 drivers in our gold division.
Yeah, it's usually pretty clean racing in SRA, especially in D3. Not so much in D1 last night in front of me in turn 8. Well,
it can be calamity
in my car, I should say.
Hey, Rick just take the original P1 spot back to the 158.8.
First one to break into the 158, so it's a solid lap from him.
Or if you're on stream.
Taking a bit of a measured approach through Maggots and Beckett's there, but still riding the curbs. Not too much of a concern during qualifying, but it's really easy to pick up a pressure loss in your tires if you go too much over the limit there.
Yeah, I lost over a PSI on my right side of tires in just half an hour.
On your first stint or your second stint?
On my second stint.
Oh, that's
when
brutal.
I didn't care anymore.
Yeah. I make sure to maximize my first stint, so that way I knew where to take it back a notch for my second one, but it was still rough.
I didn't kind of anticipate it, so I did start with slightly overpressured tires in the right, knowing that was going to happen, but it's still pretty rough by the end of it.
Yeah, when you get to battle side by side or right behind someone, it's hard to think about track limits and where those curbs are. It's hard to spot them too.
Sorry, I was trying to find Maxwell because he's on a 3/10 up almost, and if he can hold it, then he's gonna give Riff a run for his money.
He's on a flyer. He may have invalidated though, I think, because that time didn't count. That was what he had in it though, so he at least knows what to do now. Just has to do it one more time.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Marvin, all the way currently in P6, actually he's 9/10 off. He's actually 3/4 of a second up on his current time now. That's what I see anyway.
See that Ferrari coming through the last complex of corners. Goes for a super wide line, opts for a later apex that prioritizes the high speed exit. He's still up. If he can bag this, he'll be good for a P2 result. That is a solid lap from him. The second one to break into the 158s. Right behind
does
Rife.
it with the best sector one as well.
And he calls it
34.9.
quits. That's enough for him.
Yep.
He's like, that's my best. I'm going to just call it quits there. The tires are probably screaming anyways. Not a bad idea.
It looks like Marvin also might have
Yep.
said enough is enough.
Oh, that's unfortunate because Maxwell, yeah, he was right there behind him and had the time, had the delta, knew what he had to do, just couldn't quite put the last lap together.
Yeah.
It is tough because it's really easy to pick up a, invalidated lap at the first quarter or something like that, and it pretty much sets your tone for the rest of the lap. And if you're on the last one like these drivers are, yeah, there's not much ifs in it. All these drivers are on their last final laps with only 50 seconds left to go in this first silver session. Not a ton of people up on their times. Tires are obviously begging for help.
Absolutely.
Raiders coming through sector 3 here. Stays on the curbs there, but avoids the apex in the middle of the corner. Goes for that late apex again, but he's a bit sideways getting out to the exit. It's going to compromise him a bit.
A little exciting for him.
Yeah, doesn't manage to improve on his lap overall. Still P5. Jimmy Reeder's another one of those ones to watch in our silver championship here. He's currently 3rd. Did he get a good enough time, or did he cross the line before the 10-minute mark? I'm not sure if he did, but he may just be trying to some pit exit or pit entry.
I
Sweeney.
doubt it because all of our... Oh, maybe he's still out there, so...
Yeah, he's I think he made it by about a second because he's 37 seconds through the lap and it's been 36 seconds in a minute there. So
He had that figured out. That's about as late as you can cross.
yep, he'll try to make this one worth its couple pins up right now.
Sweeney was up on his time, then he maybe invalidated throughout. He's going to end up P10 overall. Still pretty tight margin between everyone though.
Reader making up a chunk of time in that corner.
Just plants it through turn 12. Manages to avoid that sausage curb on the inside. That'll ruin your time if you just hop over it too much. Gets the power down nicely coming out to this last straightaway here. Monsters over the curbs on apex and the exit. That's the fast line though. He's still up. This could be
Coming up
on
to
for a good result.
The last 2 corners is probably the weakest points for the Aston Martin, but it's only comparing against himself here, so we'll see what he can do with it.
Goes for that really wide line, but he carries the minimum speed. He's still picking up time.
It's gonna be close. I don't think it's be enough. It'll be really close.
He's up 5/10. It moves him up to P3.
Wow.
Good job,
Not
Jeremy.
a bad result for Reeder there. So
Not
Rife,
at
our
all.
current leader in the championship, is our provisional pole and our pole sitter for Silver Division. It's not
And
a
right on cue, I think our golds are starting their flyers now.
Yep.
So just as a quick reminder, the ones to watch here, of course, is Andy Speed. He's our current leader in gold, followed by Mueller and Gino, our top 3. Those are the ones to watch for our championship battle here. But battles all the way down the championship between Air, Osborne, and Overhausen as well. So looking for good things from them tonight.
Sorry if you're hearing squeaky noises in the background and dogs playing toy.
your, I guess that's F1 front stretch, not GT3 front stretch. I always get confused at that.
This is White Scarver driving the 488 like I drove the 488 yesterday. Lots of adjustments everywhere.
It's a fickle car around here.
Yeah. I think that first turn of the first F1 turn, we call it. I think it's Abbey. It's the name of the corner. It's 3 laps in a row. I went flying off.
Oh gosh, yeah. Brutal.
But then again, this is me. It's a reason why my teammate has 3/4 of our team's points.
Yeah, it was good to see the 480 out there putting in some quality results. Speaking of, we see our first flyers coming in. Draven Doyle in that Porsche. Just with a banker lap, almost breaks into the 58s there. Jess Osborne right behind him. Yeah, these Porsches are strong tonight. These are just their banker laps.
Yeah, they seem to like this track, huh?
One thing to note, the McLarens are pretty quick in the practice sessions with Scott Fisher and Johnny Eyre. They were both the McLaren drivers, and they were 1 and 2 for the D3 division. Punching a bit above their weight class, they were the low 58s on their practice times. So look for good results from them.
There goes Fisher taking the.
They definitely are punching above the weight class. Should have some more weight added to them.
You don't say. They were. Oh, Jess Osborne, I think, goes a little bit wide there. He still has about a lap.
He's still on a valid lap and improving.
That was about as close as that gets. Well done by Jess.
Take a look at Mr. Speed.
He's real close behind, I believe that's... I think it might be White Scarver in front of him, but that's a little too close for comfort for qualifying. Maybe gets a bit of a tow, but it's going to compromise. The dirty air is tough around here, especially just even spotting your braking zone, like your turn-in points here, completely blind if you're right behind someone. He manages to spot it well.
Are we just going to take that run down the straight and back off for the next lap? It's going to have to.
It's a shame because there's Olhausen taking our... Oh, and then Doyle beating him.
Doesn't last long around here. It's Doyle that goes provisional P1 with a 58.7.
Yeah, that looked like Mr. Speed was going to be able to take it, but he may have gotten slowed down a little bit, so we'll see how he approaches his next lap. Because he was certainly on course for getting 58 something.
We got Dan Cran in the chat showing his support for Maxwell, Doyle, and Eyre purely for the SRA Fantasy Championship. He does not want Speed to get a good result tonight.
He's got his eye on the prize there.
Yeah, I know Dan really cares about the Fantasy Championship because last season it looks like he took himself and somebody else out just so that I could place higher because he had me on his team. That's what I think anyway.
Respect. You love to see it. No, obviously you don't want to see any intentional wrecks, but that's pretty funny.
Well, it was older, so you know.
Oh, it happens. Those curves.
It happens.
Yeah.
I think all of my overtakes in the race weren't actually overtakes. It's just passing by people who were in the wall.
That can happen here too. The curbs and the the runoffs here are pretty brutal. So maybe not so much wrecks, but it's easy to make a mistake, and capitalizing on those is going to be huge to good result tonight.
Trying to see if Johnny Eyre can keep his flyer lap going. He's 6 tenths up now, which will put him in P1 if you can hold on to that.
Yeah, Johnny Eyre is probably one person who doesn't want to live up to his name anywhere.
Yeah, getting air around here would be a bad time.
Makes for some fantastic screenshots, though.
Yep. There he goes.
Yep.
Bar is
Ryan.
rising.
It goes provisional pole 48
In the
58
McLaren.
for it. Yeah, it's
Really good arrow and downforce.
exactly what you need around here. And you know, a little bit of a diet. It's showing that car is doing pretty well. As Overhausen also sets in a flyer lap, he goes P4 overall, right behind his teammate.
Not a bad place to be. They can maybe strategize that a little bit, take advantage of being there next to each other.
Yeah, it could be crucial at playing out the strategy, you know, put them on alternating strategies and try to hold up, maybe go for a bit of an undercut, because passing is difficult around here. Let's see how that plays out.
And to remind me, because I will forget everything, Mueller isn't he in for the gold championship?
He's 18 points behind. He's in P2 right now, 18 points behind, so definitely in.
Okay. Yeah, so maybe he'll be looking for some support from his teammate to make up those 18 points.
Yeah, I think mathematically, everyone down to, I believe, P4, Draven Doyle, he's 80 points behind. So mathematically, it's not impossible that he gets this, but it would take a. I don't want to curse anything. I won't say.
For sure.
Speaking of Doyle, it looks like
got some
maybe just
time in it.
maybe
He's got thousands in it. Oh, wow!
That's about as close as that gets.
Clap.
Man. Just loses out on pole.
12,000.
That is tough. Jess Osborne, though, with his flyer lap, goes in P3
Nice.
overall. That's a solid
Let's
result
go,
from him.
Jess.
Out of nowhere. Way to
Amazing.
go, Jess.
Yeah, top 10 cars are within about half a second. And actually, Fisher, who is in P10, is improving by almost half a second right now, coming up to closest lap.
He was atop of the leaderboards in practice. He's coming
He's
across the
gonna-
last corner here.
It's gonna put him in P3 at this rate. Yep.
Knocks Jess Osborne off off of P3.
It is tight.
There you go.
Yeah. We've
Teammates
got
of Johnny Air and Fish are gonna be right behind each other at the start.
Yep. And then you've got the teammate Mueller and Olhausen starting next to each other. So
yeah.
Could be
Mueller and
interesting.
Olhausen. How is the team championship looking? They've got 95 points up on the second team, which is Doyle and Barty. So, team championship, gold and silver still to play for here.
Yeah, one thing to note too, while we saw the gold division, right, it was really close battle between Mueller and Speed. Mueller currently in P5. Speed, he's still out on track. However, he's down there in P13, so he'll have some spots to be gained throughout tonight if he wants to keep grasping this championship lead. He goes...
He's not on a valid lap. Yeah, that was not a valid lap, I think, I believe.
Yeah, that'll do it then. So,
and neither is Barty. So it looks like these are the results we have.
not a ton of surprises as we saw Johnny Air and Fisher up there having solid results in quali. But I mean, I want to say one to look out for is Jess Osborne there, the wild card in P4. We were seeing him. He's got crazy race pace. We saw throughout this whole season. He's able to pull off some crazy moves. Silverstone, it sort of favors the bold. If you're able to, stick it around the outside of, the end of the hanger straight, or dive on the inside of some of the hairpins. I wouldn't be surprised to see Jess Osborne pull out a solid result here. Another one to watch is Mueller. He's there in P5. He's had 2 second places in a row the last 2 weeks at Spa and at Red Bull Ring. He's not too far off the lead here in just P5, and he's also going for that championship as well. Currently, as it stands, I mean, he would have it with Andy Speed down in P13. But the strategy could all come into play, and who knows how it's going to turn out. It's going to be really great. And yeah, one thing to note, Mueller and Overhaus and their teammates in P5 and 6. So they're still all there. As we go through the grid, further down, we have Rife in P7 in that Porsche as well. Marvin in P8. And then Reeder in P9 and Chris Whitting Jr. in P10. So that silver pole is Rife, Marvin, and Maxwell. They were the three that we were watching for the silver championship. And I think it was Rife, Reeder, and Maxwell, but they're all right there too with Marvin kind of playing spoiler and there in P8. P12 is Smith, and then Andy Speed there in P13, our current championship leader. Boonstra in P14, Adams P15, Barty in P16, and in 17, Arcton in his BMW. We have 2 Ferraris in White Scarver and Potvin, and then P20 is Lee in his BMW. Williams and his, I think it's Sean Williams, but he's there in his Mercedes, and then Sweeney rounds out our grid in P22 in his McLaren.
I'm not sure how you made that one up, but that was impressive.
I used to know Sabrina Williams, so that yeah, a bit of a S in Williams associated there, but no, yeah, it's sorry about that one. Anyways, it'll be a great race tonight with 22 drivers, and with the strategy, it's all to play for. So, like I said, it's a mandatory pit stop that favors usually pitting around 30 minutes and then getting your new tires and then going back out on your new set. So it's
well, one car started on the formation lap.
They're working out now. Yeah. Luckily no disconnects. We saw a heartbreaking scenario in D1 last night. I feel for Mr. Travis. He had pole. Looked like there was a chink in Michael Menning's armor there, and nope. The universe didn't want it.
Yeah. That was painful. I would have petitioned for a restart. It was only the formation lap when he disconnected, when he crashed.
I would have been all in favor because there's no harm done, right? But
yeah, anything to take down Michael Menning.
Yeah. These drivers all going through their long out lap here. Not so crucial to warm up your tires as it's a blistering 35 degrees here, or I think it was 35 for quality, and 30 degrees for race. It's hot. These tires are screaming. They'll be warm on their own, especially those left sides.
I'm not sure about how you had your car set up, but in mine, my left-sided tires were hitting about 95 degrees Celsius.
Oh, is that all?
They were,
yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe if I went a bit faster, they would be hotter, you know?
Yeah, mine were right up there too. They were yellow pretty much the entire race, and by the end of it, I was doing too many donuts to figure out what the wear was, but I could tell you they were basically gone. There was no life in them. But one thing to note, the undercut was pretty strong here, so I pitted right around minute 40, which jumped me 2 spots. The people I was battling around. However, my competitors, they were a bit late on their pit. They pit at the normal 30-minute mark, and they just drove right by me at the end of the race. So the undercut may, if you can make it work and don't roast your tires too much like I did, could be up for a good solid, gain few positions. It's just all about how you manage your tire wear and manage this race. Who would you say your guys is one to watch here? Anyone you got your eyes on?
I would like to say Jess Osborne. He's been really racy this season. Maybe he's starting pretty high up here. Maybe he's smelling that he's got an opportunity for a special result tonight.
So that's a pretty good pick there. Plus, we'd love to see a good result from Jess. He does so much for the community, so a bit of a favorite for him. I think.
There's so many good, strong drivers here that it's hard to say who would be my pick for this.
I mean, you gotta like Johnny Air up there in P1. He was pretty quick all season long too. I don't think he's had a win either. So this could be a first win for Mr. Air. Doesn't really have a shot for the championship, but I mean, be nice to end off the season with a win. I want to say my favorite's still Mr. Mueller. I think he gets the win tonight. Finally gets that win for the season, and then propels him into the championship. But we'll see how it all plays out. These drivers are now going 2 by 2.
Yeah, the way it's standing now, even the ones who don't really have a fight left in the championship can definitely affect the outcome of the championship.
Yeah, no joke. They could be playing spoilers too, right?
Yeah.
Could throw a twist into everyone's plan here.
Yeah, Jess is. I don't know if he's really far back or Fisher is really far forward or both.
It's some interesting lining up. Fisher better be
don't
careful not to get a drive-through.
Don't get a drive-through in the start here.
That would be crushing.
Then Doyle's ahead of Air, so it's
I don't know what's going on for this lineup here.
Yeah.
They come across the line. It's green flag. Everyone avoids the drive-throughs, but that was interesting to say the least. Looks like we get through turn 1 cleanly. Not seeing anyone off yet, so that's good to see.
It's almost like we started and had an unspoken agreement to just go single file at the start.
Honestly, not a bad idea. Going 2 wide through Maggots and Beckett's, you're just losing time. Everyone's still clean.
It's done so far. Oh,
Sector 3 or Sector 1 is clean.
Don't jinx it. Oh, that's a dive there, or was it early braking from Doyle? I'm not sure, but
it's an opportunistic move.
He's coming around the outside. He's got to make sure he doesn't hit the sausage there.
Teammates gonna box each other in. Doyle's got no shot in this fight. Those 2 McLarens are feisty. There's a bit of a bump. Doyle's gonna go wide. He loses 2 spots.
Jess Osborne moves up to P3. Doyle's not going to be on a defensive. Mueller opts to just slot in behind.
Further back, everyone's still pointing the right direction, but it's been feisty. A bit of bumper banging, a little bit of door banging. Everyone's still going straight though.
Yeah, Riff looks like Riff manages to get past Reader for P8 and to swap positions again.
As we see a bit more bumper banging into that tight corner. I think Williams got into the side.
Wow, that's tight. We watch Reader.
Yeah, and right behind you've got Whitting and Maxwell fighting it out.
Oh, it's coming in hot.
Whitting Jr. goes on the outside. It's an opportunistic move with full fuel. He sticks it though. Compromised entry with that car on the outside. He's got the preferred line though, and he's going to get that spot.
This is spicy.
That's what you like to see.
Wow.
Lap 1 done, and everyone's still going. Well done, D3. Some crazy battling going on as everyone vies for their positions here. Are we going to see 3 wide? Oh, Williams pokes his nose on the inside.
Oh, ow.
There goes White Scarver in the Ferrari. He rejoins. He's going to take Sweeney out with him too. That was a bit how you going. I'll get a replay on that. Looks like the BMW just washes a bit wide. White Scarver thought he was going to have him on the outside. Left up enough room, he thought, but tries to rejoin.
Not much you can do there.
No, it's a tough outcome for both of those drivers. Picks up a bit of damage and loses all kinds of spot. I think we lost one driver too. It wasn't able to catch who that was. I think that was the BMW that we saw. So it's a tough result from them.
Yeah, out front though, it's Air and Fisher and Osborne in P3 is further down the field. It's still going side by side. Everyone's scrapping here.
Adams and Boonstra side by side. That's not easy to do around that corner.
No, now I think that Boonstra and Adams have had quite a few battles this whole season. At least either Adams or his teammate. And I've seen that blue Porsche next to that purple and I guess gold one quite a few times this season, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, Boonstra's been in a lot of fights this season, so she's probably been fighting everybody at some point.
That's true.
Doesn't surprise me. Watching Andy's speed, we know he's fast and he's obviously our leader. He's right on the back of Smith in that McLaren. He's got no space around to get around him though, and we know he wants to be on the move. He's the current moment, it's a 5-spot differential between him and Mueller, who's his competitor. So we're looking to see what he can do from P12.
Yeah, you can see Fisher muscling out Doyle, and early on there has given Air quite a lot of, well, air.
So Mueller in P5. If he finishes P5, I know the race has started, but this is an idea of how it stands. If he finishes P5, he's going to get 80 points. And if Speed finishes in P12, he's going to get 54 points. So this 26-point swing in Mueller's favor. He's only 18 points behind.
That'd be more than enough.
Yeah, he'll be comfortable. Speed has got to get a bunch more places, assuming Mueller is comfortable right now. And Speed's the one that has to do all the work to seal the championship.
These two Ferraris looking good out there. They're right behind each other.
He's saying, I don't know if Olhausen's going to try to pass Mueller or not.
Well, yeah, a bit of maybe some team orders. Mueller needs all the points he can get. Overhausen's in his own battle between Jess and Air there. You know, we saw that they were, 4 points separates those three drivers. But, as it currently stands, Osborne would have the advantage in that fight. Or no, I guess that'd be Air. Yeah, he's there and leading that 3 already. So he's obviously P1. So, yeah, they all need the points they can get. But at this point, I would say let's favor Mueller, put him on the favorable strategy, and make sure he can maximize.
Speed's got 5 silver drivers ahead of him in a row, so he's got to be careful. He needs to make up the spots, but he doesn't want to make any mistakes and end up losing spots.
That's right.
It's his race to lose here.
Some good side-by-side racing we saw between Barty and Arc there. They were going, I think Arc was on the outside, was able to keep it on the right proper line and kept the inside to that last corner. Barty goes a little bit wide too. That'll be a track cut if he's not careful. Oh, Williams is right behind him. There's nothing in between these two.
Speed dropping back significantly.
Oh
no way! I'll catch that.
Big in the championship. He just snaps out of Magnussen Beckett, it looks like.
Snapped.
Oh, what a shame.
Oh no.
He's
doing celebration, premature celebration donuts there. You don't have a championship yet, friend.
That'll put him right down the field, down to P21.
Oh my word.
It's all,
this is the Dan Brand curse here.
Yeah, he had it in the bag. He was up by 18 points. Just had to gain a few positions. And just like that, the Ferrari moment happens, and that sends him into the kitty litter.
Dan just willed the qualifying results and all these performances, based off his fantasy team.
Oh yeah, this is all playing out well for him. At the demise of Andy Speed, though.
He's just toying with the actual championship just for his fantasy.
I hate to see it. Well, one person loves to see it, but I was excited to watch that battle unfold, and unfortunately, he's got a long road ahead of him tonight if he's wanting to crawl this one back.
I think Dan made some sort of pact with Patches something.
The curse. Yeah, he had some voodoo going against him
here.
For sure.
Lead Stewart putting in some secret ballast or something, and then Speed's rear left wheel.
Gonna have to check that one out in post-tech, because something went on there. That Ferrari did not look happy, looked evil. It just swapped ends on him.
Yeah, I think we're watching our closest battle here. It's Marvin Reeder and Ref. We were watching.
I didn't catch what happened there. Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, it looks like Maxwell
just gets out of place.
Trying to squeeze him out wide here, and
it's an opportunistic move. He saw his gap and he went for it. That was a good move, but he's not done with it yet.
Tries to do the switcheroo, doesn't quite work. Maxwell, or which one's Maxwell?
Maxwell's the purple one, so he's got the lead
Maxwell's
right now.
purple one.
Rife is all
Yeah.
the behind on his bumper there. Wasn't able to keep the speed through that chicane. Maxwell's going to pull out a few tenths.
And these are all silver drivers, Rife being the lead of the silver drivers.
Yeah.
I believe, is it Reader that's right behind him?
So in the championship, Rife is leading with 335 points. P2 is Maxwell of 317, so it's
Okay.
18 points back. And then Reader is on 290, so 45 points behind.
So this is
So,
the battle for the championship
yeah.
right here.
Yep. So
No wonder why Rife-
Maxwell and Rife are battling for championships. 18 points between them. It's also 18 points between the gold championship. As Maxwell goes off slightly.
Goes real wide.
Not the worst thing. It's fine. But this just carry a little bit too much speed and
Rife gets hella sideways coming out the last quarter there.
yeah.
He
I
was
don't
all
know
over
if it's
the
excited
place.
or if it's excitement or impatience, but he probably doesn't want to do that too much. Gonna shred his rear tires.
Yeah, he doesn't want to do too much more of that. I mean, as it currently stands, if he can just stay behind Maxwell, he'll still have the championship in the bag.
Yeah.
I mean, they're fighting here
He
for
did-
P9, so it'd be worth it just as long as he can keep the car on the track.
I'm trying to see what the team championship looks like. As it stands, I think Griffin and the door is comfortable where they are, P5 and P6.
They're looking good up there. They had around about 100-point advantage going into it. So with, I think it was the Porsches with that fantastic name. So that was that Rife and Barty unit, and you know, with their varying positions right now, I think that Griffin on the door's got a pretty good shot at it tonight. Oh, speaking of the Porsches, Barty's off in the grass. Looks like he just gets a bit wide on the curbs, swaps ends on him. It's a bit of a half spin, but puts him in the sand, and he's just struggling to find any grip to get back out. That's a tough look.
That's a bummer.
His teammate's still on for a good result here, though. Doyle in P4. He's right on the back of Osborne.
What happened here?
Whoa. That's Rife.
It is.
Oh no!
Hey!
That's a torpedo. Who was that?
I think that was Smith behind him. That, I mean, poked his nose. That was just never gonna happen.
No.
You'd hate to see it. Oh no, Rife, our other leader.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's backwards too. That's the curse, apparently. It's not Dan Cran.
So you're saying the trick is to not lead the championship until the end?
Evidently, where you want to be a second.
Okay. So Mueller was right. That was his plan. Remember how he didn't want to win the race last week?
Yeah.
He literally said he was just happy to be in second. He didn't want to lead.
Wow. Well, it's playing out all into his favor right now. Speaking of, we saw that happen. It was quite the battle between Osborne and Doyle. I'll see if I can go back and catch that real fast.
Trying to see how this plays out for the silver championship, because
Well, maybe Mueller and Patches have, put their heads together and know a few things we don't.
So it's not the end of the world for Rife. There's only 21 cars in the race, so it's not like he went from P1 to P16. He went from P12 to 16, something like that. I don't know, 8 to 16. So, that's pretty bad. It's a 21-point drop for him.
That'll be enough to do it. It's
That's rough.
Well, good thing to know though is we know he's fast. As we see Williams, he's off as well. I'll try to grab that one in the replay.
All right.
Looks like he just gets.
Looks like
no,
Reader
he's
and
still
Marvin
going
are
that way.
fighting a little bit. Yeah. Yeah.
Did we?
Oh, he just gets a bit wide on the.
Did we have a move for P3? Did I miss that?
Yeah, I went and grabbed that
Oh.
one in the replay.
Someone's
yeah,
spinning.
Doyle got the move done on Osborne. Osborne went a little bit wide at the sector 3 chicanes, and they were side by side their last 2 quarters. It was quite the battle, and Doyle just hanging around the outside and was able to get the move done.
Yeah. So it looks like Olhausen is right on Mueller's tail here. They probably don't want to. I don't
They
know.
seem to be comfortable with this little formation they're doing, so maybe there's some kind of team strategy going on.
It's risky around here. It's easy to make a mistake.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if they. No more cursing today. For me, anyway.
There you go.
No.
Anyways, yeah. I was going to comment. We had our first of our pitters a bit early at the 45-minute mark, but that was Williams, who had a bit of a spin earlier, and Barty as well, who was off the track. So they just want to get new tires on those 2 machines and go back at it again. They're going to be in for a long 45 minutes though.
It looks like Speed has already done his pit stop, probably after he spun out earlier. Oh, that is a bit too much rotation
I
there.
think that was Marvin there.
That was Marvin.
I'll grab that one in the replay too. These Ferraris are tricky around here, huh? These 296s
Yeah.
are
And
not
then
liking the
Maxwell
high-speed
gets-
corners.
Takes advantage of Rita.
Whoa, that was.
It's violent.
That was
Yeah.
exciting.
Goodness.
I've never seen that much sideways in that corner.
Buddy was drifting it. It's not Formula Drift yet, buddy. That's this weekend. Oh,
That's the most negative toe I've ever seen on the setup. On the rear, it's 90 degrees negative.
So that'll move Marvin down to P2 currently.
Okay,
Or
so
P12, yeah.
so as it stands, does that mean silver and gold championships are changing?
I think that's a last race change for the championship lead here, with Speed down to 19, Rive down in 15th.
Okay.
He was
See how it
battling
goes. There's
Max
still,
at
47.
43
It-
minutes left.
Anyone can. Same thing could happen to anybody else. So
That's right. Oh, we're seeing some crazy side-by-side action between Arc and Boonstrom. Boonstrom gets a little bit on the curve.
Oof.
That's gonna hip check Arc. He takes the
Oh.
way
Nice
inside line
drift.
across the grass.
saves it.
Wow.
Well held, honestly. Yeah, not bad.
Nicely played.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Only
grab a
loses
replay
looks
of
like
that,
maybe
'cause
a
that was
second or something.
nuts.
If that.
Looks like Arc just gets a better
Yeah.
run out of turn 1 and just hangs around the outside. That was a
Ooh.
crazy confident move.
Swings in.
Wow.
And just Boonstra a little wide off the
Oh.
apex there. And we'll hip check
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do it.
And he just right back on. Doesn't miss a beat.
We'll lose 1 spot to Marvin, who had his own bit
Yeah.
of troubles, but still well done.
Whoever we lost. Sorry, Showtime 0212 in the chat here. He says his internet died on lap 2. That must be who we lost.
Oh, that was
I don't know who
him.
that is.
No. I think that was
That's
that
a bummer.
BMW. Oh man, I mean, I forget the name of it, but he was involved in that lap 1 accident, and I think that means we lost him. You hate to see it. I mean, it can happen. It's the unfortunate part of sim racing, right? But we'll call it a mechanical fault. So it's
Yeah.
extra realistic tonight.
Oh, it's Whitting Jr.
Oh no!
No.
So
Did we lose? Oh no! I hate to see it. Part of the Hoagie Hose outfit.
You're
Is Gino out here tonight? I don't think so. So that was the last of our Hoagie Hose team. They've had a great season, winning the first race, and was on for a decent result in the team's championship. I think that's gonna move them right down the field in that. Let's see. Team's championship. Yeah, they were P3. They had a 20-point buffer to Jess Osborne and Boonstra, but with the results from Jess Osborne tonight and Boonstra, that's going to move them up to P3. I think that's another position swap here in the last race.
possibly.
It's all popping off here tonight.
No commentators curse for the lead commentator. We're gonna lose our jobs.
Okay, yeah, right.
our unpaid jobs.
Yeah.
So, Olhausen and Mueller switched spots.
Olhausen and Mueller.
Oh,
they did switch
interesting.
spots.
Those are those
Huh.
those are those two Ferraris. So
Yep. The teammate.
Teammates.
might have been in a call there and was saying, "Hey, I'm cooking up my tires too much sitting behind you in the dirty air. We need to swap position just so I can have a bit of respite. Maybe try to tow you on towards the front runners a little bit." They're still only what's that? Overhausen's 2 seconds back behind Jess, so still within a shot to gain a few positions here.
Yeah. Fastest lap of the race so far by the second best S Fisher and SRA here in P2 for 159.5.
That's right.
Pretty decent race pace here in D3.
Absolutely.
Yeah, appreciate you, Chris, for putting on a good show for us this season. It's been a great showing for all D3 drivers. Hate that I didn't do that for you, but we'll see you out here next season.
Yeah. The speed that some of these guys go, like I might be racing with them.
Right?
The speed that I go and the speed that they go.
One wrong
might
move
just
in the
swap.
quali sessions and it'll send you right back down the field. Fun thing is you can still be competitive in there too.
That car is beaten up.
Just thinking the same thing.
Who's that? Boonstra's? Yeah.
Stress, the rear of her car is all chewed up. I don't know if that was from the hit from when Ark came swinging in at turn 1. Although it does look like Ark gets past her. I'm not sure if she lets him through or if they move.
Yeah, I think that was a bit of a respectful racing there from Boonstra. Felt like she maybe did Ark wrong in that pass there and let him by. But Marvin ends up being the benefactor between all of that. He'll gain both those two positions.
I think she was just trying to nudge him into like suggest that he should just straight line that corner and overtake her, but he decided to do a drift. Yeah, hopefully she doesn't have too much rear damage and starts having an unstable rear. It's not fun on these high-speed corners when you can't trust the rear of the car. Lap to lap,
Yes.
corner to corner even.
Certainly would not be what the position I'd want to be in. That Porsche is already sketchy enough as it is in the rear, so with that rear diffuser damage.
Oh, yeah.
As you can see, sliding all over the place, that thing looks evil. And that's the fastest corner on the track. I mean, you're top of 5th gear there.
Well, if you thought that looked bad, that's how my 488 fendel
Yeah.
when it wasn't damaged. So
Is that right? Oh, man.
yeah.
But still on controller, Boonstra showing amazing car control for that.
That's why it's called a controller.
Ah, that's right. Maybe that's the secret. The utmost of control on the controller.
Olhausen is bearing down on Jess.
Clearly
And
faster.
Already. Wow,
Yeah.
close a 2-second gap in
Yeah.
like 2 laps.
And Rife is bearing down on Lee, trying to make up some spot. So,
Yeah, Olhausen's ever since getting past Mueller's, his lap time is about half a second lap quicker, so
yep.
it's not far off the lead if he maintains his pace.
No. He must have told Mueller, get out of my way.
Rife and
Hop back to Rife,
Lee are
yeah.
incredibly close. Rife pokes up the inside of the exit of turn 1. Lee's hanging tough on the outside, though, going through Maggots and Beckett's.
He's gotta line up for a good exit here. Don't get too close. Get him early on the throttle. Get a good run. But I don't think nobody's gonna outrun the BMW. But he might here.
I mean, he's
He's
got
gonna
the
get the
run.
lift
He was
off.
able to get the power down
Yeah.
early. We'll go for the outside. It's not impossible to get the move done, but it's not the preferred
Yeah.
line.
It looks like he's trying to squeeze out more orange juice from that car.
Just has the pace advantage. Takes that
Wow, it
spot.
just
Wow.
takes it on the
Well
apex. Cuts across.
Done.
Nice job. Car goes faster when you don't have paint on it. Don't have all that weight. They put a +5 BOP on this. It's like I'll just take all the livery off my car. It goes faster.
And actually, we saw Doug Lee. Oh, yeah. Actually, there he goes.
Ooh, we're down
So-
to 19 cars.
After he got passed, he ends up just exiting the race altogether. Called it quits. I think he had a bit of damage from the earlier spin, so I hate to see it from him.
Yeah, Speed and Ref are probably just hoping more people in front of them leave, but not
Well, that's
really.
the thing. That's right. I mean, as these people, leave or have more incidents, that'll move Speed's sort of relative points differential back up and into his favor. Now he's in P17, and Mueller there in P6 after getting passed by his teammate. It's still a chance. I mean, P17 would be a decent result for like week 1. It's still solid points. Probably not as much as he would need, but
how far is Speed behind Mueller? He's probably
3
like
seconds.
a minute.
Oh, behind Mueller,
Oh,
yeah.
Mueller, yeah.
Oh,
I think it's about a minute, is it?
relative to him, yeah.
Maybe just over a minute. So
How much is the pit stop around here?
yeah,
It's
between the pit and actually stopping for 30 seconds,
around about a minute.
you're gonna lose
seems.
most of that, I think.
Yeah.
So Speed
Yeah.
might have just been like pumping in the laps here and closing up. He had that mistake early on, but he might have made up a lot of that time by not having traffic in front of him.
I think he missed it here. I think Overhausen just got by Jess
Yes, he
Osborne.
did.
I got it
Yeah.
on the replay then.
Well,
Looks like Overhausen
I had
just
him on
gets
the
a massive
passenger
toe.
seat. Yeah,
Oh,
he got it.
nice.
Yeah. I'm quietly
Just dives
watching
on the
from
inside.
here.
Well, there you go.
It's
doing
like-
the host work right there.
Yeah,
Love to see
quietly.
it.
Looks like Marvin just got packed art a little bit ago also.
Yeah, Art Tower, Seoul, BMW still on track. Hopefully he's on track. White Scarver is in the pits. That brings Speed another place up.
White Scarver's coming out of the pits.
Reader trying to chase down Marvin. Now, I told you I'm going to forget everything. They're fighting for silver points for the top 3,
Yeah,
right?
Reader and Marvin, I don't think is in that fight for
No.
silver.
It's
Maxwell,
Reader,
though.
Maxwell, and Rife. Yeah,
Yes,
Rife.
So,
Mainly because Marvin is he's not in the fight, but
Reader's
Oh.
a few more points back behind behind Maxwell and Rife battle, but
yes.
he's right behind Maxwell here. And I mean, it's a bit of a gap to make up, but
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like with Rife's troubles, although I say that, Rife spun out early, but he's still
Yeah.
only P11.
Yeah, they're running P7, P8 right now, not Maxwell and Reader. That's 72 and 68 points as it stands that they get. So, a mistake by either one of them could be very costly. As Reader goes for the move here.
Looks on the inside there. Maxwell closes the door, though,
Yeah.
on the apex.
Yeah, Reader is probably just trying to put him off. Maxwell's just ignoring him. He knows he's got the gap, he's got the space for it. It's not going to
Yeah.
make it.
Yeah, it didn't quite have the overlap for the move there, and that was smartly done. But we're at 32 minutes now, so we're seeing some people get their service done a bit earlier than that 30-minute mark. But if I was maybe Reader here behind Maxwell, knows you're a bit faster, go for that pit stop now. Maybe get those fresher tires on, and this is prime opportunity for an undercut. 1 lap advantage at the end of the race isn't going to be too much to make up. Oh, there we go. Maxwell actually goes wide. It's going to put Reader on the outside, but he's going to cut across.
Yeah.
Not too much, though. They're about equal speed coming out onto this straightaway. They'll have the
Is Reader
toe.
gonna send it?
He's
It's a bit
peeking on
too
the
far to send
inside.
it, but he's no.
Yeah.
I would maybe it's gonna line up for a move around the outside on the last corner as Barty actually gets a drive through, presumably from his pit entry.
Oh no, Barty, and the hits keep coming.
Here, we
Here
get
comes Reader.
into the
Maxwell
pits.
fakes with Reader diving into the pits. Bit of a
Well,
cat and mouse game there.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
close.
It looked like he actually had a nice run on him, but decided to just dive right into the pit instead of trying to battle and waste time.
Not a bad idea. So that'll transition the lead over to Overhausen, who still has yet to get his service done as Air and Fisher both come down. Those McLaren teammates opting to pit at the exact same time, right at the 30-minute mark.
Selena, by the way, Selena Boonstar was in the pits for 1 minute and 14 seconds. Everybody else is between 58 seconds to 1 minute and 1 second. So it looks like she did have about 15 seconds of damage that she repaired.
Got that fixed. And I mean, new tires, get that damage fixed, and try not to wear out those tires is bad. New mind, new tires. Let's just go out this second stint and make the most of it.
While everyone's starting to dive into the pit, Speed is right now up to 14th place. He's just at the fastest lap of the race of 59.4.
So it's all to play for. Ayres got his service done. Fisher comes out right behind him. Those two McLarens come out of the pits the way they went in. Let's see. Doyle was also P3 behind him, and he's got his service done. So it's all still status quo there. Jess gets his service done as well, and he's out.
I think the only car that hasn't pitted yet that Speed might jump is going to be Arc. He's currently running in P4. I'm not sure exactly how the gaps are.
Yeah,
Speed's actually up to P12 right now with everybody else. Doyle for stop go 30.
Oh no, Doyle!
That is Doyle was P4 in the driver standings.
Yeah, he didn't quite have a chance for the championship there, but he was a part of the team battle.
This is
I mean, they were P2.
This is slowly coming back to speed here a little bit. You know, getting some breaks here.
And with that being said, I think we lost another driver. Now there's 18 on the grid, so
wow.
That'll net, possible advantage to speed up another position. He's trying to claw this one back. It's not over yet. The two Ferraris right behind each other. Marvin and Speed. Speed's got that pace advantage. He's the gold driver, and he's got the position, so he'll be moving on to try to battle Sweeney up ahead for P11.
Yeah, it's interesting to see some of these teammates running together in this race.
Top three guys are in the pits.
Yep.
Let's see where they come out.
So that was Overhausen ahead of Mueller when they came into the pits. By a few
Arc
seconds.
Arc is gonna have his one lap of glory at least, leading the race.
Yep.
Give him that screen time.
BMW with his Michael Manning impression.
Stop the count right here.
Yeah.
No, we saw that one race this season. We don't want to see that one again.
Yeah, we don't want to stop it too early.
The battles are just heating up. So Overhausen and Mueller get their service done. Overhausen still ahead. Mueller comes out P2, and then, or no, it's just updating. So it comes out P4.
Doyle,
and then
Doyle's in the pits.
P6.
Doyle's serving his top go 30 now. This gives another spot to Speed and Rife, the leaders of the championships, gold and silver respectively, coming into this race. So
yeah,
they're getting a little bit of help here.
So kind of
whatever can happen.
A big result there was Mueller jumping Osborne in the pits. So now it puts both the Ferraris above Jess there. Jess nets down to P6. So Ayres on the lead, nets after all the pits. Art has a lead for now, but he's still got to get his service done. Going for more of an overcut strategy here. He's got to get his service done eventually.
We'll see how Jess is catching up to Mueller. He's overall had a faster lap than Mueller in this race so far, so he might be able to actually catch up and put on a fight here. Mueller, I'm not sure if he's struggling a little bit or just trying to take it conservatively. His teammate's going a lot quicker than him. Of course, Mueller doesn't need, as it stands, he doesn't need to push too hard, but
I mean,
he's been running P5, P6 for most of this race. Early on, Speed dropped all the way down to P21 or something, but he's up to P11 right now. So, 18-point gap in the championship.
Break out my
as it
calculator
stands,
for this
that's P5 gets 80 points and P11 gets 57. So that's 23 points. So he has it by 5 points as it stands now. If Speed needs to get up to P9 if Mueller finishes P5, and he'll win by 1 point, I think, if my calculations are right.
This is gonna get
Or 1 or 2 points, yeah.
spicy.
And Speed has the fastest lap of the race, I believe. That's another extra point right now.
No,
Oh, he
Johnny
does not
Air
air,
just
has it?
took that
Okay.
from him. But Speed has had the opportunity to get it, so it's not out of the question that he could yoink that point as well.
Yeah, he's just under 3
I need
tenths off
a-
the best lap. So
I need like a Excel thing here to go and do the points
Dude,
from me as we go.
literally. This is too much for my brain to handle.
Race control needs to link to the standings, like live standings. or
That would be
something
huge,
with points.
yeah. So, try to see if I can't figure out Silver Division. Actually, I think Dan Crane's figured out the Silver Division for a 17-point gap. If they finish these positions, it would end
Okay,
the
then
event
whoever
18th.
it is
Okay.
that needs that 1 extra point needs to set the fastest lap of the race. Just so
Be
we
all
can
that's
tie.
in it. Yep. Have
And then somebody
another
has to
tie.
go back and look at who has more wins and stuff. I'm not doing that. I'm
Let
just yeah.
the steward do some
Dan, you have all the info. Just join the commentary booth.
work. Yeah.
You
We
can
need
do
our
your
numbers
extra
guy.
curse.
Watch Mueller and Osborne. Mueller goes a bit defensive. Jess Osborne doesn't quite have that gap though, with 0.6 of a second in between them.
yeah,
I think it was a bit
Yeah.
exaggerated from Mueller, but maybe just showing intent. You know, you're not getting past me, Jess. Not this
Yeah.
easy.
I think if Jess starts to get a bit closer, I wonder how Mueller's gonna play it. Like, not put up a fight, to not risk anything, but lose another place relative to Speed, or
Yeah, that's another
try to
thing.
hold on.
They had a 3-point gap, but we knew that Speed's got to get up to P9. But if Mueller loses
Yeah.
another position to Jess, that makes his Speed's job a lot easier.
Yeah. So with Art diving into the pits, it moves Mueller up to P4. So that actually opens up the gap slightly, because they jump from P5 to 4. The difference is 5 points, whereas Speed also moved up the spot, but he only gets 4 more points where
Right.
he is, or actually 3 more points. So that helps Mueller a couple points here. It's just so tight.
It's all gonna come down to the last laps here. I mean, 23 minutes to go.
It should,
It's not over
we
yet.
should make it so if we tie on points, you have to do like a hit-to-hit on Nordschleife or something.
That would be fantastic.
Backwards.
I like the idea of that. Let's not leave it to the numbers and who's won the most races or got the most second places.
Who can cause the other one more damage than one head-on collision?
Let's make it fun. For the livery
Yeah.
reveal stream, we'll do
Yeah.
tiebreakers.
Oh, who can down more shots in the shoe?
Oh, there we
no.
go.
No, I don't know if
See
it counts as
some
winning.
You have to earn it then.
You win a new liver reveal stream.
I think you got something there. Oh, actually, is that right? I think Marvin got past Speed.
Marvin's
So
been
that's
past Speed.
Oh, is that
Um,
right? Okay.
Yeah, he's been, and I've been trying to watch them because it looks like Speed never gets much closer than what he is now to Marvin. So I'm not sure what he's doing. Maybe he's just getting a toe up to Sweeney or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also just remember Speed pitted like at the start of the race, so maybe his tires have already starting to go now.
Oh yeah, they've got to be shot. So maybe that's a strategy here. Send Marvin up there to go get Sweeney, back him up a little bit to Speed.
Yeah.
That way and then swap the position at the end. I don't know. It's if you're playing the team game here, it's gonna get real spicy.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have to say, Air so far doing a great job. It's put in a solid qualifying. It's leading the race by 3.5 seconds. Fastest laps, doing a great job. I know hopefully I don't curse you right now, guy, but you haven't had much screen time, only because you've been doing it's been quiet and easy, or
That's right.
steady for you. So
It'd be a huge result from him. He's had pretty consistent results at the season.
it looks like Marvin and Sweeney about to do something here.
Just lose another driver?
Yeah,
Not sure
I
what
think
there
it's
we
just
go.
server doing server things.
server things, yeah. So
That'll happen.
Yeah, actually behind this fight is another fight. Arc is actually trying to make a move on Speed.
Grab that
Oh,
and pip
yeah,
there. These Ferraris are One's on the offense, while the other one's on the defense.
Yeah, this is the last thing that Speed needs. Is to defend against someone when he should be attacking.
Yeah, no joke.
Yep.
You can tell that Ferrari's just they're scraping for grip. There's nothing out there.
Can we get the full map and the overlay instead of the local map? Don't look at me. I don't know how to do it. Delete or insert or some button like that.
Yeah. So the answer is no. Sorry.
Definitive, I like
Yeah.
it.
Speed. Yeah, Dan. Good point. Speed's the first one to pit, and Art was the last one to pit. So
And
There's Marvin making the move.
Marvin gets past Sweeney. Can he?
That was a heck of a move. Dives on the inside of the third to last corner and gets the move done before even the next
Got it.
corner.
Absolutely.
Later on the brakes and earlier on the gas. That's how you do it right there. Well done by Marvin.
Kudos there. How's Ark doing back there?
Oh, then Marvin goes wide.
Marvin.
It'll be a
Speed
track
wins.
cut. Arc is right behind Speed. I mean, there's just nothing in between them. Arc can't quite keep the gap as close as it was through turn one. It's just tough to be right behind someone through Maggots and Beckett's.
I think the BMW should have to run on the straight as long as he gets a clean exit.
Oh, Speed's.
Speed immediately swings out to break the toe.
Yeah, it's showing the intent there too.
And Art doesn't look like he's even interested in the toe.
Just couldn't be bothered. He's not going to waver from his
Maybe
preferred line.
Oh, he's
Need
gonna
it.
go around the outside. Picture there.
Oh, they bumped!
Oh, I think it's spin!
Goes for a half spin.
Oh,
it's
and he
gonna
takes
take
out
Rife. Is that Rife behind him?
Rife. No.
No.
He made it through.
Oh.
So a bit of damage, maybe.
Wait.
Not too much.
Who did
Oh,
he? Did Rife just plow right through him and keep going?
I think so. I'll catch it in the
Okay.
replay here in the pit. I went back a little too far, but it'll pop up eventually. We'll see what happened.
Oh, it looks like we're coming up on it.
So Speed is on the inside. Art gets a bit egregious on the outside there.
Boom.
It's not on the
You
front
like
though.
me?
It's just on the side. So I think that'll be all right as far as damage. It won't be too bad. Not what you want to see from Rife. He's in his own battle here between Maxwell.
You don't need to use the brakes when it's a BMW stopping for you.
That thing's a boat. That thing ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Like,
but
No, that's not Rife's fault. Not much you can do about it. It just spun out right in front of him.
so I guess
the line.
if we're talking positives though, that nets Rife up one position, so that'll help him in his battle
Yeah.
against Maxwell. I
So-
won't like the couple of minutes or couple seconds of damage, but
It might have been more than a couple of seconds. There's quite a thump there.
yeah.
So hopefully it's not suspension damage.
Looks like it's still
yeah,
tracking
he's-
pretty straight. Let's see if we can go
Falling
on
back
board.
quite a bit.
See what his hands look
Yeah.
like there.
Now Doyle took our
Broken.
fastest lap. At the 158. Oh,
Doyle.
sorry.
All right, Doyle.
58.
Yep. He had a
Wow.
best is 58.9. Now
He's
last lap
cooking.
was a 50.
That's
Yeah.
pretty nice.
Yep. So, I guess he's just
Yeah, Doyle
Driving.
first serving. That's the stop go 30 earlier, so that's why it's all the way back there.
yep.
Yeah.
So he's
Unfortunately,
he's just
go ahead.
now to say he's just hot lapping away now.
Put in that time. I was gonna say he is our biggest loser of the night, but that'll happen with pitting essentially twice. Our biggest gainer though is
Yeah.
Sweeney here. He's gained up 12 positions.
don't
That's
know.
not a bad show
If
for
if
him.
if Rife or Speed end up not winning their respective championships, they might feel like they're the biggest loser tonight.
Yeah, but had it in the bag. They just had to get a solid result, and they've not made it easy on themselves between the battles and the incidents. Keeps getting from bad to worse for them. But if they're able to keep these championship,
Yeah.
positions, it's gonna be
Right.
gonna feel like an
Right.
absolute win.
Rife's catching up to Speed here. Two of them are gonna start fighting, maybe.
It'll be interesting.
They
too,
don't want to be
right?
fighting each other.
Not at all.
They both need to be moving up.
Trying to give
8 to 12.
Johnny Air a little bit of a screen time here. He's just been hot lapping away at the front of the field.
So there's a 14-point gap now between Maxwell. Well, 14 points difference will be awarded from the results of this race as it stands between Maxwell and Rife. So, as it stands, Rife should still be ahead by 4 points. But 4 points is, you know, a spot. One spot. So,
Yeah, no joke. I think we did just lose another person too, whoever was in P17. Can't quite remember who that was, but yeah, war of attrition here at this last race. That's now it's 5 people.
I think that might have been a disconnect because it really just went. And it may have been Doyle by the looks of it because I don't see his name on here. That Doyle
was
had
the guy.
our fastest.
Riff needs a livery on his car next season. You can see everywhere that he's had contact right now.
Yeah, no hiding it here. So
Scuffs all over.
what happens if the guy with the fastest lap leaves? Does it give it to the next person? Because there's no purple lap right now.
Don't think. Yeah, I think we just don't have one.
That's an interesting play from the Porsche.
That's how you just delete a point from the race. Just join, go out with like 5 liters of fuel and red tire, set the fastest like a 57 and quit.
If someone wanted to really mess with Menning, if like he got pole or something too and was on for that 112 point like run throughout the entire season, just get the fastest lap and then leave. That would be brutal. Which I wanted to see it. Menning was on for it too, but after losing pole to Robinson, didn't quite get it done. Still got the win.
Yeah, see, Robinson did it, set pole, and then, well, game crashed, you know, but...
Yeah.
Let's see how this goes. You know, somebody could easily just get another drive-through or something in the last 15 minutes here.
Right. It's not over yet.
Change the complexion of these championships.
Yeah. Rife and Speed here is still our closest battle, only 6/10 back. But Jess Osborne is actually super close behind Mueller there for P4 and P5.
Rife doesn't need to do anything. Maxwell doesn't seem to be in a position to make up a spot here.
Yeah, they're quite spread out now with only 17 cars on track.
Although it's never fun to rely on somebody else for your result, you know?
Exactly.
All it takes is somebody up ahead to spin out or get a drive-through, and Maxwell gets that one place that he needs.
Thank you, Dan, for being our statistician here tonight. He's saying that Mueller is still on for the win if it ends up like it is.
Yes.
So, with just not being able to get around him there, and Speed actually losing that spot. I guess he didn't lose the spot, but having that contact and whatnot, he's
I don't think Speed's gonna have the tires left to put up a fight on anybody. He might even lose out to Riff here. Maxwell, if I remember right, Maxwell really pretty much put this whole championship fight on in the second half of the season, starting from like Spa. Whenever Spa was, I think that like doubled his points. He won that race.
You know, you're not wrong. Yeah, he was getting, you know, top 15s or so, or I think his best finish there, 35 points. Yeah, that's like P20. So that was his top points finishing race until Spa, where he won it, and then he had another top 10 at Red Bull Ring. So, I mean, it's all about being consistent with these championships, but with in the silver division, you know, you're not usually fighting for the wins, and so when you have a big result like that, that'll bump you right up the field.
Oh, that's always disconcerting when
that
server does that. Looks like Fisher and never mind.
No.
This messed up. Yeah.
Not quite.
It's
Jess
Right.
Osborne here looking good for a P5 if he can hold it. Readers
Readers
behind
right
him,
on the back of
P1 and the P1 and silver, and for this race anyway.
Got a
Reader,
decent gap.
Reader and Osborne had some battles this season. If you remember, in a wet spa, Osborne had that great late lunge on Reader into the cone at the end of the Camel Straight. I don't think he meant to do it, but he pulled it off.
Right. I like to see it. That Aston, at this point, struggling for grip. He was all over the curbs, sliding around a little bit on the exit of the last corner there.
Yeah. The Aston's bad enough accelerating out of slow corners with that turbo lag. You probably know all about it.
Yeah, it's not fun, and yeah, it's tempting to put it into TC0 just so you can get a little bit of spin, but at the very end of these races, it's
You can get a different kind of spin.
yeah, exactly. It certainly is not fun. As if he goes real deep on the apex, Reader does at
Speed.
Chapel there. It's not great.
Speed looks like he's closed up a little bit on Sweeney here.
Okay, so
Still about a second back, but it's a closer gap than he was had before.
maybe he was just taking a bit of a moment there to cool down his tires, falling behind someone so close you can heat him up pretty easily just by asking more of the car than it wants to give. Got his temperatures back in line, and then it's going to go back at it again. Rife's still right behind him, though, within a second.
Yeah, Rife was getting pretty close up behind him in the last lap, so we'll see if that continues.
We've got the teammates Air and Fisher in the McLaren, up to P1, P2, Olhausen and Mueller, 296 Ferrari teammates in 3 and 4. Unfortunately, we've got the 248s, White Scarver and Potvin running well, and they were in the last two spots, but it looks like White Scarver just made a move on Selena Moonstra.
Yeah, we just saw Lena went a little wide on the turn and he got around her.
Oh. Yeah, looked like White Scarver just on the inside of her there. Poked the nose in a little bit. And just kind of able to get around her there. It was a good move, though. That'll move up to P15.
Yeah. Last place in this race is still P17. It's a nice chunk of points, so...
Honestly, I would have taken a P17. The first 4 weeks of this season were awful for me, so... a P17 is a decent result considering you just don't got to tell them how many drivers were in the race.
Dan Cran probably wishes I would just finish a race and stay P17. That we might have been further up in the championship. He carried us.
Yeah, unfortunately, it didn't mean too much at the end of it with the bimmers between Manning and Sir. They just drove on past everybody with the team's championship.
Speed is really closed up here, and Sweeney here is about half a second back. Rife is right with him as well, just being pulled along.
7 minutes left to go. This race is ticked on by, and it's not done yet.
Yeah, maybe Speed was just trying to time it and save his tires for the end. Maybe his confidence is make one move at the end and don't have to defend. Probably doesn't have the tires for defending, just for one final lunge.
Oh, we saw Sweeney actually get a bit compromised as well. They're all struggling for grip. Yeah. They're all over the place.
Yeah. How does it look right now? There's 4 spots between them. Is Maxwell on for the win right now? Mueller, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Mueller and Speed, 7th place. Mueller's a P4. I think Mueller has it.
4th will
as
give
it
you
stands.
85 points.
Yeah.
Speed, although Rife is on the inside of Speed there.
Don't do something bad here, guys.
No. It's super tight there. Just leaves just enough space for them to get back on track. Rife still has the inside line. He's going to peek his nose inside
Rife, you don't throw away your championship. I think you still have it as it is. Maxwell needs the spot.
as it stands right now, Mueller would be up by 10 points on speed if they were to finish exactly where they were. I hate that for speed, but I mean, it's not over yet. He's still within 7/10 of Sweeney in front of him.
Oh, looks like speed just goes a bit sideways there through turn 1. He's not liking this. Tires have been abused for about 40 minutes, 45 minutes, I think.
Right?
I mean, he had to spin on new tires, so I can imagine how sketchy it is on old tires.
No joke. He's done well to salvage a result here, but it's taken every bit of skill and car control just to keep it on track here with 5 minutes left to go.
Yeah.
Boonstra and Whitestar were still fighting in the back.
Oh man. Let's see if I can't grab that on the pip as well.
Oh, Maxwell's only 0.4 of a second behind.
I'm watching that real careful.
Yeah, because if Maxwell gets that spot, I think he gets the championship. So that's why Rife needs to. He's probably thinking he needs to make a move on.
Oh wait.
On speed here.
Oh.
Maxwell. 8.
We can watch Rife in picture maybe and see how that goes. Rife in speed, and then we can watch Maxwell in the main feed. Both of these guys desperately trying to make a move. 5 minutes to go. What, 3 laps?
As it stands, Rife still has the championship lead by 4 points.
Hey Dan, if they tie. Oh, okay, never mind. I was gonna ask who do you think wins, but I guess I'll have to look through the results and try and figure it. Okay, I'm not doing it.
Way too much effort. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, Sweeney goes a bit wide into the sand. That's going to compromise his exit. Speed's right behind him going into the front stretch.
Oh, surely Maxwell will win in a tiebreaker because he won the race, right?
It's true.
So he's got more overall wins.
He's got that. Rife is now all over the back of Speed. He peeks to the outside.
No.
There's no way to make a move there.
Don't do it.
I think he's listening to us.
He
heard.
Speed's actually even catching Sweeney, maybe. Oh, he goes a bit wide here. Rife needs to do something. He's probably going to do it right here. He
has the gap, right? He's got the speed differential.
Yeah.
Rife is right on the back of him.
Send it up
He peeks
the
the inside.
Yep.
Oh, come on.
Nice camera.
Yeah, there we go.
Just guess.
No.
Don't.
Speed has a twitch on the outside.
You're both just losing time. So, okay.
Oh man.
Wait.
Rife gets that one spot.
It.
Rife's got the move done. Okay, it's
He
not over yet.
See,
though.
Speed's coming back. No.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Everybody's fine. We're all right. Rife's got the move done. Speed loses one position. That's not gonna help him,
Exactly.
but it will help Rife.
Both fighting for their points for their championship.
Oh my gosh. When you got leaders for gold and silver fighting over scraps here, just to seal their respective championships by a couple of points.
To get anything they can. Yeah.
We've got Michael Menning and Diego here to watch the most exciting division.
There we go. Put on a show for some of our fast guys in SRA.
Yeah.
Just if you missed all, we got 2 minutes left in the race. The battle between the championships is heating up here.
It is.
Yeah, Maxwell needs this position if he wants to do something. I think he still gets the championship if he gets this spot, maybe. Actually,
but Rife is on a tear right now.
Absolutely. I'm gonna look at Jess here, trying to just get a spot off of Mueller because
he's got the outside
line. Hold it. Oh,
Mueller
tries to get a run. He has it
tight.
For inside line for the next corner.
Surely.
That's a great move here by Jess if you can hold it.
Put another one in the highlight reel. Way to go, Jess. Gets the move done.
Just
Not
to
bad.
just to throw another curveball here.
And Maxwell's gonna go for the same move on the inside of the chicane here. Nah, doesn't quite peek his nose in.
Yeah, he's got one more lap after this. He might as well send it and take the stop go 30 if it doesn't get the championship. just use some speed tokens. Turn 1, just flat out.
Rife is all up the back of Sweeney right now. Peaks on the outside. That's not the preferred line through there. He's going to lose a ton of time. Speed's now going to be on the outside.
Uh-oh.
Which gives him the favorable line to the inside here. Doesn't quite go for the move.
Leader is on the final lap. Air.
Goes for the crossover. Speed's back on the inside. There's nothing in the gap. Oh my goodness. These drivers are fighting tooth and nail for these positions.
They have got to be sweating bullets right now.
My goodness. Meanwhile, back up front, Maxwell still right behind Adams there. And that's all this fighting now has brought in Marvin.
Imagine if the two of them actually had, like, they were still on for winning the championship by a point and they take each other out.
Gosh, could you imagine? Drama. Meanwhile, back up front with 25 seconds to go.
I wish it's 25 minutes to go.
Yeah, this thing could keep
Mueller
going on
probably
forever.
doesn't.
Johnny Air though, he's completing his
Yeah.
final laps.
Johnny Air has had such a quiet, perfect race that we've barely seen him, and he's just gonna make his first SRA victory here in the most understated fashion.
That'd be huge for him.
I did try to give him some time when they were in the middle of the race.
Yeah.
Hot laps. Cool.
Yeah.
Maxwell just gets full close to Adams, and then
He's
Has
got
to
to do
back
something
up.
here. It's here now or never.
yeah, but Marvin's right there now, behind it. Well,
So
yep, he's pushing.
I'm gonna say in 3 corners from now is his time. If he gets a good exit here, line it up, get a good run until Abby, send it up the inside on the right hand hairpin. Does not look like he's that close though. So as we see Airs, I believe in the
He's on the last corner now.
picture coming around to take the checkered flag for the win.
Putting on a clinic. Johnny Air
Nicely
comes
done,
across the line.
Essa. Maxwell tries to go for a move around the outside. Oh,
And that brings
so
Marvin
he did
up
he did
behind.
try to move like I said. Almost pulled it off.
He's not done
He's
yet.
still-
Gonna
Yeah,
go
I
around the
know,
outside.
just
I don't
saying.
think the outside.
That's not how that works.
So keep it tight. The car's coming in hot in the back. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness, it's all popping off.
He's got. You can make this. You can get a good exit here, and he's gonna run. He's gonna run. Oh, it's a little bit wide now.
Okay, they're all going to remain in their own positions, I think. We're
Okay,
fine.
how's this gonna finish? What's going on here? I don't even know.
So there we go. Across the line. We finished it off. So
I'm gonna wait for everything to update on the back end before.
yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
too close to call right now. But ultimately, it is a great race. Some close battles throughout the entire way, and I think. I mean, one thing is for a fact here is Johnny Air won this race and put on a clinic out there. The two McLarens, I forget what their team name was, but AMD Racing, of course, yeah.
I think
between Fisher and Johnny Air, 1 and 2.
I think it's Mueller and Riff that got their championships. We'll see. We could probably everybody didn't hang around now.
I think that's
They're
right.
just out.
Yeah.
I can't imagine the post-race review of what's going on in there.
Everyone's still trying to figure it out themselves, perhaps.
Finished up his lap,
Yeah.
and so
Did Barty just? Oh yeah, he just drops out. I guess. Yeah.
That'll seal the finish here for tonight around Silverstone. It was a crazy race. We're still trying to figure it all out, how everyone lands. But in the
My
meantime, while we
word.
wait for the back end to update, I'm gonna grab Johnny Air, a race winner, and get a word with him. Hey, Johnny, this is Landon, Faz, and Steph in the booth. You got us.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Yeah, pretty good, man. Dude, a win at the last race here at Silverstone. That's got to feel pretty good.
Awesome, dude. First one since I've been doing this since season 5. Just took me
Alright.
until season 11 to make it happen.
Man, you put on a clinic out there. You won by 6 seconds over your teammates. A solid team result. But
Yeah,
I
man,
mean,
he had such good pace. Second stint was so much better. I knew that would be the case because even in the practice race, but the car is just so much better handling the way the setup I had it set up. But a lot of fun. It was that first lap was intense. With Doyle, and we went side by side, and I don't know. I thought there was so little contact behind me. I wasn't sure, but it was a lot of fun.
yeah, a little bit of a bumping and banging there behind, but the two McLarens between you and Fisher were kind of pinned in Doyle on the inside there on that second chicane and nowhere left to go. And it was still a solid race after that. I mean, no real dramas from you, right? You just kind of hot lap.
No, not at all. I was just trying to hit marks and just keep a decent pace. The end of the first stint tires were real bad, but it was just keep it clean. And unlike I did in Valencia, which I'm still upset about, but this time I was able to do it.
Yeah, you love to see it, man. I mean, it was fun to watch. Honestly, the battles are popping off behind for the championship. There it was a really close race, but I love to see that you were just able to get your win and whatnot. Got to feel pretty good going into the next season, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great season. The season did D3. It was competitive just everywhere. It seemed across the board. So a lot of fun. It seemed like we were all pretty close in time and pace.
Hey,
Yeah.
Johnny, Fazli here. I think did that get you P3 in the championship with that win?
I don't know. I think I was maybe 40 or 50 points. I don't know where all the other guys ended up. I was at P5 at the time, and I just was really hoping to hold on to that and maybe get lucky and pop up to P4. I think Doyle was ahead of me by about 40 or so points. So I don't know. I got to take a look, see where everybody finished.
Yeah, Doyle, he ended up leaving early. So
Yeah,
based on what I can see,
I don't think Doyle got any points because he just didn't finish the race. He was way back.
So that'll do it, man.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, you had a 30-point difference there
Excellent.
between you and Doyle.
Well done, man.
Thanks, guys.
and
Really appreciate the stream every night. It's a lot of fun. I love watching it the next day. You guys do an awesome job.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you watch back this one, you'll see. Unfortunately, I don't think you get much airtime because you just had such a perfect, quiet race, consistent, and it was so much scrapping behind you. Yeah,
that's the way I want it. Perfectly. Yep. Perfect.
Also, nice air pun there. That was.
Yeah, I did try to in the middle there wasn't much going on, so I just rode on board with you for a bit to not ignore you totally.
No worries. All good.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
Well done, Lamb. We'll get you back to your chat.
All right, later.
Take it easy. Congrats again.
See you.
So well done there from Johnny Air. That McLaren outfit was looking strong up front. I want to see did we get the results in the meantime? Do we know where they all lined out? Okay.
I'm pretty sure Mueller got the championship. And
close. All right. Well, in that case, let's get Mr. Mueller.
Riff in the silver. Watch someone get a 5-second penalty and flip this championship around.
Oh man, that would be extra drama at the end of it here.
That's true. There you have that. I wasn't even thinking about that.
Hey, Philip, this is Landon, Faz, and Steph in the booth. You got us?
Gentlemen and lady, good to see you.
Mr. Mueller, I want to say well done. I think with that result and the speed or the troubles from speed tonight, I think that puts you P1 in the championship overall for D3. How does that feel, man?
I feel like, yeah, it's great. It's the product of a lot of hard work. I think my teammate and I were number 1 and number 2 in the sweatshop for the division. So that's kind of how it works out. You do the work and it pays off.
Yeah, no joke. And obviously you guys have the team championship pretty well wrapped up going into tonight. So yeah, I had to feel pretty good about that one, having that one in the bag. But just to cap it off here with the drivers championship, everything had to work out perfect.
Yeah, so I mean, so what did happen to Speed?
So
you go ahead.
It was early in this first stint, he kind of had a half spin there and into sector 1 that made him pit early for new tires, and he was making up serious ground. We were trying to figure it all out as it was unfolding, and honestly thought there was going to be a bit of teamwork between you and Overhouse and your teammate to try to get you maximized points. But you guys let it race, which is respectable. You like to see it, but definitely made it interesting.
It's funny because early on, he was behind me way faster, and so I let him go. And at that time, it was, hey, if I need it, you're going to give it back, right?
Yeah.
But he was just so much. I think he finished 8 seconds ahead of me. That would have been too much. So no, that was his podium regardless. He ran a great race.
Right. Yeah. I mean, he was super fast tonight, and that Griffin on the door Ferrari definitely looking good out there between you two.
Oh, it was stylish.
So does
ahead.
Griffin on the door not get the team championship for this since they were in P1?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. So that means at the very least, Mueller's doing one shoey, but potentially two.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Potentially two. Yes, you are correct.
A booty.
I'll find something.
All right.
I know what I'm drinking. I don't know what it's going to go in yet, but
you got a little bit of time to get creative with it. Have fun with it. That's the curse and the sort of fun part of the series.
I'll enjoy every moment of it.
You got to feel pretty good going into next season. I mean, obviously with the championship that might bump you up to D2. How do you feel about that?
I hope not, because when we made the jump to, because we were D5 last season, going to D3, we had to pick a serious car, right? It's like, okay, pick something like the BMW or the 296, which is easier to drive and easier to get pace out of. I personally would prefer to stay in D3 and go back to something like the Honda, or, I mean, if you believe the talk in the chat, apparently the Mercedes is just the worst car in the game.
Oh, don't listen to Diego. Every car is the worst car.
But yeah, I mean, hey, if they promote me, I'll whine a little bit, but whatever, it'll be fine.
Sure. I can't wait to watch it unfold next season, and excited to see you shoey, man. It'll be fun.
Yeah, man, it's awesome. Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Thanks,
well done.
guys.
Take it easy.
All right.
And then, so Rife, right? He was our silver championship.
Yes.
All right, we'll get him in
believe
here.
So.
Well,
yeah.
Hey, Andrew Rife. This is Landon Fast and Steph in the booth. You got us.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Yeah, pretty good, man. I think if our calculations are correct, you won the silver championship. Barely held on there. How does that make you feel?
We're still tentatively optimistic. Obviously, the gap, I think, looking at it in the ACC SN page, is 7 points to Maxwell, which would be about as close as you could get it. But I'm not sure if that is accounting for the drop race or not.
It does not. So we have to look at the results of this race. So you finished in
11th.
You finished in P11th, and he was P8. So that's can't believe we're doing this.
He finished
live.
11 points higher. He got 11 more points than I did.
So yeah, I think that
11,
means
and the gap was 18 points. So you had it, right?
There you go.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, you love to see it. Andrew Rife, your silver championship. I think champion. We can announce that here. Well done, man. It was not an easy one here. You definitely made it interesting. How did it feel to have to fight your way back from your troubles tonight?
Oh my goodness, I was. Look, I'm gonna be honest. It was an angry race for me. Like I won the championship, but I was not happy about it because I thought it was over when I got hit. When I got hit in the back there, we were just looking at the race review, and it did look like it was just a bit of a misjudgment on the car behind, which happens. It's motor racing. But at that point, I was basically like, well, there it goes. Maxwell and Reed are already in front of me. I wasn't too worried about holding on to the position from them. I knew if I just stayed reasonably close, I'd be fine. And I had faith in myself to do exactly that. Because once I got past the first couple of laps, I could start focusing on my own race, and everything is smooth sailing from there. But I definitely did not stop trying to go after it. And I put in some very, very solid laps. I also put in some very questionable laps, especially at the end of the first stint. The tires were really starting to get away from me. The fronts at the end of the race as well were struggling a little bit. And I ended up with 3 track warnings as well. So that would have been an interesting end to the fight too, especially if I had gone back and said, "What if I got P11 and then got a drive-through penalty?" But it was a brilliant fight. Yeah.
And then you fighting with Speed there at the end of pretty much the race there. Speed had his own battles going for the gold championship there. Did that cross your mind at all as you were trying to battle for that last spot?
I had no idea.
Okay, fair enough.
That he was going for the gold championship. I haven't really been tracking that too much. All that I know is that Speed is a good driver. I mean, I've known that for the longest time, and he's just had solid results so far through the season. And
just another racer out there, another free position if you're able to get around it, which you did. It was a nice pass around there. I mean, you Sweeney and Speed there were like neck and neck there with like 5 minutes to go. There was nothing in between. You guys were all slipping and sliding. Tires all wore out. How'd you like this strategy where you had to change tires?
I definitely think it added a bit of a mix to it. I think that the only thing that I probably would have changed is taking fuel as well, because myself and Curtis, we're working with fuel calculators. We don't actually know how much fuel exactly we had to take, and I think we ended up over-fueling for the race, which is something that if I could go back in time and change, oh my goodness, I absolutely would. I'm over here sitting on like 115 liters of fuel. I think we only ended up needing around about 103-ish. So we definitely took more than our fair share. But the tire change definitely did make me think. There were a couple laps, like I said, at the end of the first stint when the tires were starting to drop away a little bit. It was like the 33, 34 minute mark. And I'm thinking to myself, do I want to try to undercut the cars in front of me, or do I want to try, because I had solid pace. I had better pace than they did before they went in for their pit stop. So I was thinking to myself if I wanted to take those tires now and have a little bit more wear at the end of the race, or if I wanted to wait out an extra lap and have those fresh tires right at the 30-minute mark. And I think it ended up being the right call to wait it out until the 30-minute mark, because I needed every last bit of rubber on the tire for the end of the race.
Yeah, no joke. I mean, that was all that was in it. That tire advantage played a huge part in you getting around Speed there at the end. And I mean, who knows? That could have been all that was in it for the championship. It was pretty close. So really well done all season long. I mean, proof can't win one of these championships by just doing well one race. It was really close.
Yeah. And of course, having to battle back, like I said, from that crash was really something.
Yeah, and then that final contact too between that BMW that spun. I bet you were on edge there after battling all the way back up and then picking up another couple seconds of damage, right?
When I saw them have a bit of an incident, I was like, oh, that's great, a free position, and maybe two. Actually, because the Ferrari was still a little bit unsettled, and I started to go through and arced. I think they just didn't realize that I was coming in, and they were trying to recover at that time. So they did give me a little kiss on the side, but it only lost me about a half second of time, and my pace was better. So I just reeled them back in.
Just fix the balance of your car.
I don't know about that, but yeah.
Next time, just hit them at the start of the race.
There you go.
That's not a lap one.
It really is that easy. Yeah, get an upgraded penalty for that. We also had a bit of a moment earlier on. We were checking in the race review. A couple of the drivers today had a little bit of lag going on for them. I know Jeremy Rader, he was also in the contest for the Silver Championship alongside Maxwell and I.
Yes.
And we were going into Maggots, I think on lap 4 or 5. I was right behind, Maxwell was right behind me, and Jeremy suffered something that I've had a couple of times this season, where his game kind of froze, and he ended up hitting his brakes a little bit before the braking zone, caught me off guard, caught Maxwell off guard, and we almost had a big incident, and that's how I lost that position. So,
yeah, I mean, we saw that play into the races early at Indy where the server kind of dropped out, and the connections have always been an issue ever since they made that last update. So some just have to drive around, but luckily it worked out for you at the end of the day. Anyone you want to shout out before you get back to your race review there?
Teammate Curtis Adams, for one. We're talking to each other all the time through the races, but I want to give a huge shout out to all of Division 3. Clean racing for the most part, even though I may have gotten hit in the back this and last race at the Red Bull Ring. We keep it clean for the most part. And if it wasn't for a couple of contacts here and there, if nobody ever went for anything, we'd never have any good racing. So that's why I've said before on the record that in order to have a good motor race, sometimes there has to be a little bit of contact. And I think that's kind of what happened today. It really generated a big story for everybody. So I want to give a huge shout out to all of Div 3, even with what happened in the last couple of races. All good guys. You know, Jeremy Reeder, championship rival, but we're still hanging out. We're talking in chat. He's providing me setups occasionally. So huge shout out to him.
Right.
Even though it may have been at his own detriment, I mean, he still gave me a real fight.
Yep. So preliminary results are in on the website. So you're in P1 at 392 points, Maxwell and 385. Readers are in P3 of 366. So well done to all three of you here.
Man.
Ludicrous.
Yeah, insanely close there at the end. I mean, 8 weeks and it comes down just to the last race and even the last, laps or so. It was crazy fun to watch. You guys are putting on a show all season. I couldn't have said it better myself. D3 was a great watch, and I really, really appreciate y'all. You guys are great.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's old.
Good evening, SRA Nation.
Well done, man. Congrats. Excited to see you, Shuey.
Wrong button.
Yeah. I'll see you guys later. Thanks.
Yep.
Take care.
Yep. So Johnny Air did get P3 in the championship with sits on 525 points.
Nice.
In gold.
Got to run
and
over
the
House
overall
and Gino there at the end.
And the overall team champions is Griffin on the door, P1, AMD Racing, Scott Fisher and Johnny Air in P2. So they actually sealed that too. And Lunar Lone Star Comic Racing, Jess Osborne and Selena moved up in P3.
Solid results for a long 8 weeks here at SRA Division 3 for it to come down like that. It was a great watch. I hope you all enjoyed watching it on the stream and just this whole season. Thank you all for tuning in. Like Mr. Rife said, it was put on a show the entire race. So once again, thanks to our sponsors. We couldn't have done it without you guys. And we'll see you guys next season. Any final words from you all?
No, not really. Just a great job from all of D3. It's a really awesome division to watch. The racing has been amazing. So close within the pack, and hopefully maybe I'll get to do the same thing next season.
There you go. Love to see it. All right. Well, take care, guys. Thanks for watching. See you next season.
Thank you.
See ya.